Yep. Good afternoon. How y'all doing? Thanks for having me again. Just glad to be back home here in front of Williams-Brice Stadium. Our guys have been preparing, very hard this week, and I have a lot of respect for our guys. I know we're frustrated from last week in the second half, and we kind of moved on, but it's hard to kind of move on. But our guys are doing a good job of putting the work in, and guys are ready to go out here and play and just coach and practice with a chip on our shoulder. With that said, any questions?
And Clayton, speaking of that second half, I mean, obviously a big difference, but Georgia did start hitting a few more plays. Just did you guys change scheme drastically at all, or was it just Georgia was starting to hit some plays that they didn't in the first?
Yeah, it's always a 50-50 on what to do whenever you're playing well. They had 3 points in the first half. It's always, do you change because they're going to change, or do you just prepare for what you think is going to happen? And we made a couple mistakes, and they called the right play at the right time on some mistakes that we made, and that kind of got the momentum. The momentum kind of switched really fast, and our guys were able to calm down a little bit. And then it was kind of one of those situations. It was kind of tough, but we definitely made some adjustments, and they also made some adjustments as well, and mistakes on top of that kind of.
Clayton, I know it's easy to look at the linebacker position, but there's obviously other positions just trying to get that depth. 80 plays for obviously Debo, and some played 68. Where is that coming along in terms of some of the younger guys, whether it be Pup Howard or even at some of these defensive back positions?
Yeah, it's one of those steady things that you continue to work at, and obviously, it's on me that Pup probably should have played 15 more plays, 20 more plays. Just at the time it didn't happen. That's on me, and he'll definitely get plenty more reps and get an opportunity to go out there and play. And DB wise, right now we're still developing those guys, and not a super deep room, but we got some good talent on ways to get those guys experience either on special teams or at practice or obviously in games.
Obviously, TJ had the big day on Saturday, but what'd you see from some of your other guys up front and what they were able to do?
I saw some guys that they were straining, going against an O-line of that caliber. Our guys were straining very hard, trying to make plays. They were trying their best to affect the quarterback, and I think we got back there, moved them around a little bit. But guys were working hard and trying to do their job. That's the main thing you can ask for them.
Clinton, Drew, to his where have you seen maybe the most growth in his game in the month you've been able to work with him, and where do you feel like his best position is right now on this defense?
Well, he's definitely an upfront guy. The best thing he gives right now is just obviously we love his size, we love just his makeup, and trying to get him, trying to find a home, and either if it's helping us on the inside rushing, if it's helping us on the outside rushing on passing downs, and he's such a big body, and we can get in there and block a field goal, all types of things, and just short yardage situations, goal line situations. We can definitely use a guy of his caliber. So we're trying to plug and play him, and it's hard when you come here in the middle of training camp and trying to get the entire system, and that way. So it's kind of tough.
Kind of a similar question, but for Elijah Davis, we saw him get more snaps Saturday. Where is he right now? Where does he fit in this defense?
Yep, he's a big factor in this defense. He's just getting better every week. I feel like Elijah names come up by other coaches on the staff, just seeing him flash, and for him to get in the game on Saturday against down there in Athens and make some plays, and made a nice play towards the end on the 4-minute on the jet sweep, and had a nice play on the zone. That great job. I love his size, his strength, and his motor's getting better, and he's understanding. He kind of likes playing the edge a little bit more on the inside.
But Clayton, under Coach Leach, Mississippi State was that air raid type of offense. Now they've kind of moved more to pro style. They're leading the league in rushing.
Yep.
Just how much can you take from their 3 games of film, and how much can you take from last year, considering that was a whole new system last year?
You kind of have to mix both of them. Just as far as looking at personnel, obviously a lot of the tape to understand the talent you're going against is from last year. The scheme is mixed between a little bit, some of it last year, some of it this year, but for the most part, it's the new offensive coordinator. So you are definitely working with his film.
What stands out to you about Marks, their running back?
Talent, speed, a traditional SEC running back that before I came to the SEC, that was my kind of my vision of what an SEC running back was. And so he's kind of a prototypical running back. He has, breakaway speed. He's strong. He has great low center of gravity, great vision, understands the offense very well.
You mentioned TJ a little bit, but just where have you seen maybe the most growth in his game, and how big of a role is he going to have on this defense moving forward if you might have to bounce some guys out to end and shift guys around?
Yep. So TJ is definitely one of our major guys, and he was our spring defensive MVP for his versatility. So he understands football. He has a lot of passion. He understands what it takes from a mentality and just to play defense and the energy and just his, the way he plays is just a high passionate guy. And we love that. And it's very contagious to our defense. I think he's the guy that we need to be versatile. And I think he'll accept any kind of role that we ask him to do.
With having Kilgore out there with DQ and Nick at the same time, what did you see from kind of that trio, and what do you sort of envision for them as kind of a group, I guess, moving forward?
Yep, I see those guys are all three kind of tackling machines, and I kind of like having them back there. We all like having them back there because they all got talent. They can run, they can cover. Kilgore is obviously younger than Nick and DQ, not the same type of makeup as those two guys, but he's great in his own way. So I just see him growing and becoming a really good defensive back. So excited to have those guys back there together. They're starting to get, the communication with Nick being back now. So all those three guys are working well together.